Hello and welcome to Mr. Paul's Pantry. I'm Mr. Paul. If you're new here, a very warm welcome. If you're a returning visitor, nice to see you back again. Now today I've had a request from a lot of people for this kind of recipe, although there are many variations of what I've had requested. It's for a chicken wing recipe. Some call it sticky chicken wings, some call it glazed chicken wings. Well, my favourite one that I use a lot is an Indonesian recipe, and it's called glazed chicken wings. But the request came in from dozens and dozens of people. The most recent were from Mr. Barry Nicholson, another one from Pauline Harris, another one was from David Booth, and another one was from Food Fancy 3. And there were lots and lots of them, but they were all different sort of recipes, but all chicken wings with a glazed or sticky coating. So today I'm going to make my Indonesian sticky chicken wings, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a glazed chicken wing. But before we start, if you like it afterwards, go underneath, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any comments, leave them underneath. I do answer as many as I possibly can. And if you haven't subscribed, do so. When you do, you'll see a little bell icon at the side. And if you press that, YouTube will tell you every time I put up a new video. Okay, so off we go now, and let's start with the ingredients. So here are the ingredients for the Oriental glazed chicken wings. First of all, the chicken wings. I buy them without the points. If yours has points on, chop them off and put them into the stew. There's no meat on them. So for 4 people, I'm going to make for 4 people today, you will need about 700 grams of chicken wings. We've also got some oil, a little cooking oil, 2 tablespoons, that's all. I've got some salt, some black pepper. I've got 60 mils or grams. I weigh everything, so it's in grams actually, is that, or mils, it's the same. 60 mils of soy sauce, 60 mils or grams of Runny Honey. I've got 2 tablespoonfuls, or I will have in the recipe, of this rice wine vinegar. Now, up to recently, you had to buy a great big litre bottle of this, which lasted even me for a long time. But now I notice in the supermarkets, you can buy small bottles of these things, and that brand is actually a Blue Dragon. And they're very handy if you don't do a lot of Oriental cooking. I have a tablespoonful of chilli paste. Now, I prefer using chilli paste. You can use whatever brand you want. This is Harissa, by the way, but there's lots on the market. I use paste because you can never trust chilies. When you use fresh chilies, you don't know how hot it's going to be. It's a gamble every time. And I like the taste of chili, but I don't particularly like things too hot. I like to taste what I'm eating. So once I've used paste a couple of times, I get to know how much to put in and how hot it's going to be. It's a very good tip, that. So we've got that. I've got 3 cloves of garlic, which will be grated or chopped or gone through a garlic press. I've got 1 tablespoon of grated fresh ginger, root ginger. I've got some sesame seeds for decorating the top, for garnishing, and I've got some green onions for decorating. Now, I haven't got any spring onions. What I always do, and I've put it on other videos, if I have an onion that's sprouting in the larder or in the pantry, I fill a glass nearly to the top with water. I sit the onion on top, roots come down into the water, the thing sprouts up on top, I cut them off, and I use those for spring onions. It's just as nice, exactly the same. So that's a good little tip if you can't buy spring onions where you live. So those are the ingredients. We'll get on now and show you how to put it all together. Okay, so we'll start off. First of all, we're going to open the chicken. And into this bowl, we're going to add the 2 tablespoonfuls of oil. a good pinch of salt, and some black pepper. I like black pepper, so I'm going to put quite a bit in. Then we're going to pop the chicken wings in there. And give them a good mix. Make sure they're all coated with the oil and the black pepper all over. Now I'm going to place these into a roasting tin. You can use a baking sheet or anything you want, but I'm going to use this which has a grid. If you're using a baking sheet, put something like this on top of it because you don't want them resting on the bottom of the tin. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to place the chicken pieces in the roasting tin like this. Spread them about, right? Now I'm just doing those for the time being. That's going to go in a hot oven now, about 200 degrees centigrade, and I shall put those in for about 45-50 minutes. If your wing pieces are smaller than this, sometimes they're quite small, these are quite nice and chunky, then I should have a look at them at about 45 minutes, but I'm going to do 45 to 50 minutes, and I'll get those in the oven and I'll be back as soon as they're ready. Okay, now whilst they're cooking, I'm going to make up the sauce that goes onto them. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to put in the soy sauce. We're going to put in the chili paste. We're going to put in the runny honey. Like that. And we're going to put in 2 tablespoonfuls of the rice wine, the rice vinegar, I beg your pardon, rice vinegar, not rice wine. And we're also going to put in the grated garlic, and following that, left it over here, we're going to put in the garlic. So I'll put these in the garlic crusher and off we go. There's the first one. There we are. 3 nice cloves of garlic going in. There we are, that's it. Now we're going to give that a good mix. Make sure it's all amalgamated. The sauce now into a saucepan. Bring it to a simmer. And we're going to simmer that now until it reduces and thickens slightly. Should take a few minutes to do that. Right, now the sauce has thickened quite considerably since before, and we're going to add that now to the bowl. I'm using the same bowl that I used right from the very start. We don't do any washing up in between because it's all going to go back into the oven in a moment. So there we have the coating, I'm just going to lift out the chicken from the oven. They're done nicely, so we're going to pop these into the coating. There we are. We're going to give them a good mix now to make sure they're all well coated with the... I keep going to say marinade, but it's not a marinade because they've not been sitting in this at all. It's just a nice coating that we're going to put on them, and then they're going to go under the grill in a moment. I need to just get a bigger spoon for that. It's not working. There we are. There we are. That's better now. I'm going to pop them back on the tray now, and then they'll go under the grill for about another 10 minutes. By the way, these in the oven, I said that they were going to be in 40 to 50 minutes, and they were in exactly 50 minutes. Okay, there we are. There's a little bit of juice there. I'll just put a bit on top of them. Don't waste it. And that's going to go back in the oven now for about 10 to 50 minutes, but only under the grill. If you haven't got a grill in your oven, if it's an overhead grill, just pop them under the grill, okay? Here we are then, straight out of the oven. They look absolutely beautiful. There we are. I'll just plate them up, and then we'll see what they look like. So we'll just garnish that now with a few of these sesame seeds. Just make it look not too many. And a little of the green onion. And I think you'll agree that does look delightful. Here we are. Well, that's all we have today for you. I'm going to sit and enjoy this now. This is Mr. Paul saying bye for now, and if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up underneath the video. The full list of ingredients are underneath there, also on my website, and the instructions of how to do it. If you've enjoyed it, leave me a comment or a question or a suggestion. I do read them all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.